Hi, it is time for a grammar lesson. And this grammar lesson is on usage, or basically how words are actually used in English. And we have a section in our book on that, but this video is going to be about things that I have observed in your writing, not just in your writing assignments, but also in your communications on WhatsApp and in classroom and other things. So maybe you'll recognize an error that you make in this area. Okay, so one of the things I've noticed, I hope you can see that at the top of the board, is the spelling of the word okay. The word okay has no letter E in it. Or if you spell it in Spanish, it's oka a y. O oka a g. I think that you guys are saying that for Y right now. I'm trying to keep up with these things. Anyway, it's okay, okay. There's no letter E in it. All right, the next one is already and just. Many times people use the word already when the correct word to use is just. Yeah, already means that something has been done sooner than expected or sooner than required. And so when you say, Misa already sent the work and it's 2 days late, it doesn't make sense. Okay? I know what you mean, but it doesn't make sense. It should be, Miss, I just sent you the work. That means, just means in this time. I in this time. Yeah. And so the word just in that situation is so common and so normal for me that I can't think of any other way to express it. Anyway, it should say, Miss, I just sent you the work. Now, if you did your work very early, then you might say, Miss, I already sent you the work. Look at me, I'm done. Okay. The next one is all and everything. I've seen many people use the word all when they really mean everything. And I think that it's the same in Spanish. You can't really interchange todo with, I guess you can. Anyway, let me know in the comments. But I did all. That is a very strange way to say it. Grammatically, I guess it's okay, but it's strange. You should either say, I did it all, or you should say, I did everything. I did it all means that you did everything that was included in this particular obra, okay? I did everything means I did everything, and it just depends on which one you're wanting to say. All want to come. That's very strange. Again, grammatically, okay, kind of. But it should either be we all want to come, they all want to come, or everyone wants to come. And really, you could say any of those depending on the situation. But all want to come is just weird. The next one is confused. Many people say something like this: I started again because I confused. And confused, for one thing, is a transitive verb. So what my next question would be is, what did you confuse? Did you confuse the red with the green? Did you confuse this week's assignment with last week's assignment? What did you confuse? And what you want to say is, I started again because I got confused, or because I was confused. And so it's sort of more of a passive thing in English. I think in Spanish, me confunde, that's passive. Okay, so it's still passive. So you need the helping verb that indicates that it's passive. Okay. Then the next one here is because. I can't tell you how many sentences and independent clauses I have seen at Licky Dunbar in essays and stories and everything that begin with is because. That doesn't work in English, like ever. By the way, don't use like the way I just did. Yeah, I make some mistakes. Let's see. You need a subject. So it's because, okay, now that would work because the word it is the subject. Or you could say, I'm confused because blah, blah, blah. Or I am late because blah, 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 blah. Or it was because. Okay. But not is because. Is because doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Remember that in English, no matter what you're saying, your verb needs a subject. Okay? Enjoy and fun. Many times I see comments or hear comments like, Miss, did you enjoy? And actually, enjoy, like confused, is a transitive verb. It needs an object. Enjoy your meal. Did you enjoy it? Your meal being the object here, it being the object there. And really, more common than that is to use the expression have fun. Did you have fun, miss? Like that. Was that fun? Okay. The word enjoy is sort of formal. Many times, if you hear somebody say enjoy your meal, then that person is either your host or maybe your waitress. It's a sort of formal thing. We would never say that to each other. I've heard many people ask, how do you say in English, buen provecho? We don't. If someone walks past me and says, enjoy your meal, and I don't even know that person, and yeah, that would just be weird. I would be like, are you the waiter? Did you cook it? Let's see. This and these. That's just a spelling thing, really, I think. And I actually have the same problem with eso y esto y esta y este y ese, all those words in Spanish. I have the same problem. I forget which one goes where. The one with the I is singular and it's pronounced this. The one with the E, two E's actually, is plural and it's pronounced these. This, singular. These, plural. Two different pronunciations. This is my favorite movie. So I'm talking about one movie. These are the topics to study. I'm talking about more than one topic. The next thing on my list here is the word a or an and the word one. I've seen several times people write things with the word one. That's not really used to talk about a number. And one is almost always used to express a number. It implies there could be more. She only gave me one piece, which means she gave me this many, one piece, and there were other pieces, but she only gave me one. Here's an example of the kind of mistake I'm talking about. One girl told me where to go. Okay, so one girl told you where to go and the other girl didn't. See what I mean? So, the correct thing to say would be, a girl told me where to go. If you're just using it as an article, like this, then you use the word a, or if the word starts with a vowel, you use the word an, and you already know that rule. I've seen most of you get that rule correctly. But if you're talking about a number, then it's one. One girl told me where to go. Another girl told me something else. Okay? So then you could use the word one. But in most of the cases like this, it should just be And yeah, we pronounce that I don't know why. Another. The word another is a compound word, and it really does mean basically the same thing as the two words if they were not together. An other. Or one other, right? Another goes with a singular noun. Another reason is blah, 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 blah. Another thing we did is blah, 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 blah. Okay? I want another piece. Okay? An other piece. Other, without the an, goes with a plural noun. All the other boys went to the beach. or it implies the second of two items. Where's my other shoe? That means I have one shoe and I'm looking for the second one. Yeah, I wanted to wear my other blue shirt. That means I have my blue shirt on, but I forgot to change. I was going to wear a different shirt for this video. I have my blue shirt on, but I wanted to wear my other blue shirt, which means that I only have one other blue shirt, which isn't true, but get what I mean. Don't have to. This is something I've talked about before, and I think it's something that's been ingrained in the past in you, and I don't know why. Don't have to implies it's not an obligation. So when I say, for example, you don't have to skip lines this time, then that means it's not an obligation. You can skip lines all day if you want to, but it's not an obligation. But here's how we get it wrong. You don't have to talk during church. Okay? What that literally means is that, sure, talk during church, it's awesome, go ahead. You don't have to, it's not an obligation, but you can. But what you're trying to say in a sentence like this is, you can't talk during church, or you must not talk during church, or just don't talk. Okay? So I don't know. In my churches that I like to have, I like talking, everybody talking to each other, not at the same time, but you know, that's another topic. The last one here on my list is the word ask. I've seen a couple of mistakes with that word. One of them is that in English, the person who's being asked is the indirect object. So that comes right after the verb ask without any preposition. So, for example, I'll ask her for you. Okay? Well, in that case, she's receiving the asking, so it's the direct object, but it's an object. I'll ask her the question. So in that case, her is the indirect object, and the question is the direct object. But the point is that we don't use the word to after the word ask. Another one is, I don't know why, but I get sentences from people with the word tell or said or something like that instead of the word ask when it's a question. What's that? She asked. Okay, so that's a direct question, so you need quotation marks like that. But the point is that since it's a question, she asked it. She didn't tell it. She didn't say it. She asked it. Okay, so what a mistake I've seen is, I'll tell her if she's coming. And what you want to say is, I'll ask her if she's coming, because you're going to make a question. And ask means to make a question. Okay? Preguntar. If you would say preguntar in any form in Spanish, then you would use the word ask in some form in English. I believe that's everything for right now. I know this is kind of a mess, but I said everything, and so you should be able to get all of that information, and I'm holding you responsible for knowing this. The next video will be associated with the words that we have in the book to go over in usage. I think that there might be a few repeats, but not many actually. The ones that are in the book are mostly things that any English speaker might have problems with, not just English language learners, but anyone who is just not very learned in using their English language, which could be anyone. So I hope that helps you, and happy working.